Hey, what's going on, fellas? Leo Gemula, here breaking down the Redskins versus Seahawks game. Um, I wasn't able to do a pregame video. I was a little busy over the weekend or whatever. But you know, if I would have done it, I would have only had one key, and that was the will. Who had the will to win the game, and the team that was the hungriest was going to get the victory, and that would have been it. It wasn't about X's and O's anymore. It was about who wanted it more. And this game, it seemed like the Redskins wanted it more, and they got the victory. And the game was real intense. For two teams that are struggling, that were struggling. Record-wise, the game was real intense right from the beginning. There was a lot of shoving and pushing from players, and um, that was good to watch, man. And I actually noticed Santana Moss, doing most of the shoving and pushing or whatever. And I was drinking a little bit, so I didn't notice it. But when I really sat there and thought about it, I was like, damn, this guy's playing hard, playing hard for Sean Taylor. He still has him in his memory, and he really wants to get this one. And I think that itself motivated the players to get the victory. There's a lot of players that are new to the team and didn't get a chance to play with Sean Taylor, but I mean, the players still think about that, and still play hard for him to this day. You know, um, Santana Moss coming back and playing this game, and playing for his friend, you know, on the anniversary or whatever. Um, I think that was it. I think that was the difference in the game. They played with a different attitude, and well, they've been playing with the same type of attitude all year. They had a they had a different, like the will was more. They had a more will this time. But anyways, I might sound stupid right now or whatever, and you guys are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you? What is he talking about?" But look, I was tripping out because it's kind of crazy how the world spins, and it spins a whole circle, and it ends up at the same spot where it started. When Sean Taylor passed away, that year that he passed away, the Redskins got, they got on a pretty good streak and made it to the playoffs, and we ended up losing to the Seattle Seahawks up in Seattle in the playoffs. And I remember watching that game, and um, I mean, you could feel. I don't care what y'all say, man. You could feel a spirit at the game. Like you could really feel the spirit at the game. I mean, at one point, we had just scored or whatever, and we kicked the ball off to the Seattle Seahawks, and and the ball in the air. It's like if somebody hit the ball and the ball just landed, on the floor. And I remember we recovered that, and we actually scored, but they didn't count the touchdown because because I forgot what the rule was, but wherever we touched the ball, that's where the ball ended up, and we went on to miss the field goal, and from as soon as we missed the field goal, that the game turned sideways. But my point was that I mean, the spirit was there, man. The ball, it looks like I said, it hit a wall and it just fell down and recovered, and like that was our. I think that was our break from him. That was the break for us to go ahead and get the victory, and we couldn't do it. That was a one turnover that he probably would have gave us. During the game, because he would have had a turnover for us if he would have been alive, and we didn't execute and we lost the game. We ended up missing that field goal, and like I said, everything turned around. But for that second, you felt like something was up in the air. Well, why I'm bringing this up is because you know we're on the losing streak, and everything's looking bad, and we go up to Seattle once again this year, and we're playing for Sean Taylor, like I said, on his anniversary, and once again, it felt like if Sean Taylor was all over the field with the effort these guys put. I mean, he motivated these players, just by his name being mentioned over the weekend because of his anniversary that he passed away, and you could feel it once again in the air in Seattle. That he was there, and the players really rallied around that you know, that situation and won the game. And I'm just excited they got the victory. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, well, they should have lost. Continue to, we're not gonna get a good draft pick anymore. Look, listen, man, we're still gonna get a good draft pick. We're still gonna get a high draft pick. You know, we're gonna get like eighth, ninth, 10th draft. In the draft, and that's pretty good. The only thing that we know for sure right now is that the Colts are gonna get the number one overall. That's for sure. After that is a toss up. And most of the teams, you know, have the franchise quarterback, and believe they have something in their quarterbacks. I mean, yeah, something there, and so I mean, I'm hoping that we get Matt Barkley because that's who I want them to get. I've been hearing about this Griffin guy, but he ain't gonna cut it. You know, I'd rather do Matt Barkley. So, anyways, enough about all that. That's just what I've been hearing. Hey, what they won, and they won playing the way they've been playing all year. This is the same Redskins we've been seeing every week. We just don't get the victory sometimes, and we don't win. But this is the same old Redskins. They play hard. They play with passion every week. And like I've been saying, the effort's always there with this team. The defense is always going to show up. It's just the offense. Started rolling. This past few games, and it's been looking good. And of course, you would expect it. For us to lose games. During the season, the way we did, because you're swapping quarterbacks and you're bringing in new players to fill the voids. But my thing is that the effort has always been there. They've always played hard. So, big ups to that, and they're going to continue that, against the Jets. And one thing I like going into the Jets game is that now they're going to go in there without the losing streak in the back of their head, playing with that pressure. Now they could just go in there and play, Redskins free football and fly all over the field. But I'm going to get more into that. I'm going to get into that Jets game, no doubt. That's going to be a nice game. So, anyways, like I said, man, that's just how I feel about the whole game situation. I really felt like, Sean was in the air once again, man. Like I said, it's just crazy how, Seattle snaps us, snaps our ends our season that year when he passed away, and you really felt like, he was out there. And same situation this Sunday, they're talking about Sean Taylor on Sean Taylor weekend, the anniversary, and who are we playing once again? The Seattle Seahawks. It's just, people don't look at shit like that, but that's just crazy, man. That's just like, what a coincidence, like, who would have ever thought? And like I said, man, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get, too crazy about it because you guys are probably like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? But that's just the way I feel, man. If anybody watched the game, they seen the way the ball just like and fell down, and we recovered, man. We went on to miss the field goal, but you really felt like Sean Taylor was there, man, and he expected us to get a touchdown, and we didn't do it. And right after that, he could do no more, and the game turned around, and we ended up, losing big. I don't know how that shit happened. That shit was quick. It was a, like I said, history, but history, reinvents itself this week, and it was just fun. It was a good atmosphere. The game was cool. We got the victory. I'm not gonna get into the game a lot, because it was all about Will. The only thing I could say is that Roy Halu, man, I've been telling you about him. The dude's a beast. Let's keep him in the game. Let's make sure that that he gets the confidence and and the things that he needs to get out the way so he could be a starter slash starter next year. Meaning we're gonna have two starters. Back and forth with Halo and Hightower. So let him get rolling now. Let him get stripped. Let him caught. Let him fumble the ball now. Get all that shit out of your system so you can be ready to roll next year with Hightower. That's gonna be a nice 1-2. 1-2 punch for years to come. And man, the Redskins is not as bad as people think, man. They've just been having some tough luck, but they've been competitive all season. They were last season too, but it's gonna take time rebuilding this team. Just because when Mike Shanahan came into the team, it was just so much shit, going on. But they're headed in the right direction, man. You guys don't believe me? Man, they're coming, man. They're really coming strong. This team's gonna be something to deal with for years to come. So, anyways, man, that's been my video. I don't have much to say. Big ups to Roy Halu. D'Angelo Hall on the defensive side. He's been getting blasted all week, and you know what? He came out and he played. He could easily add, 3 picks, and we could have 4 overall. Wilson dropped one. But like I said, man, I'll holla at y'all, man. All right, Leo, get Mula. Get at me. Peace out, y'all.